Okay, so it's been a long while since my last update. This update should have been done, this should have been for the last week of February because this is my second update. But life happened and it's only now that I'm starting to be able to breathe. So that's why this update is very late. We're already on starting the third week of March and it's only now that I'm doing my update. Anyway, let's do it. So this is my Pando's eyeshadows challenge. So as in my introduction, I mentioned that my goal isn't really to hit pan on my eyeshadows because I already hit pan on all of them last year. So my goal was just to increase the pan size. But from my last video, I got to thinking to change up my goal because just expanding the pan or having 5 uses out of all of the shadows that I use for my quintet, it's just not enough of a motivation for me. It's not enough of a challenge for me to continue using my eyeshadows. So I'm gonna change up my rules later on. But for now, let's first start with the updates. Let's first start with the Going Coconuts because I pulled in 2 shadows in here from my quintet for February. And this one is also my Panda palette, so there was an overlap on the shades. And the 2 shades that I picked in here was Get Cracking and Shelly. And if you guys are also watching my Panda palette, so this is going to be a spoiler now, since I have been able to use up Get Cracking. Get Cracking is such a very loose powder, so every time I use it, a lot of product just blows away. And then Shelly, I've also been using it quite a bit. I've increased the pan size, but still, anyway, I've increased the pan size and I've used this around 5 times. So normally I would remove it from my quintet now. But since I am changing up my rules, instead of just having 5 uses out of the palette, out of the shadows, or at least expanding the shade, I am changing my goal to hitting side pan. Because for me, if I have that goal of hitting side pan, then at least I have a little bit more of a visual representation of my progress rather than just trying to enlarge the pan. So since that's the case, I am gonna roll this in for the next month, for the next remaining weeks of March, and I will try to hit side pan on Shelly. So I'm keeping this on my quintet, Shelly. And Shelly, I have a blush here on mine, but I hope you don't mind. So this is Shelly from Going Coconuts. And then the third shade is this from the I Think I Love You palette, and this is the shade Level Up. This is this gorgeous metallic orange, and I've increased the pan size as well here, but it's just that I haven't hit side pan yet. I'm close to it, but anyway, I'm gonna continue using this for the month of March, for the remaining weeks of March. So this is Level Up. So this is my second quintet. Second shade for my March quintet. So another shade from this palette for my February quintet is this Howdy. This is not the original Howdy color, but it is what I have right now. So there, I have been constantly using this as a liner, but since I only use a tiny amount, you can't really tell, and I've been focusing on the sides which have a lot of shadows left. So this is still going to be on my quintet, and this will probably be on my quintet for a long period of time since I only use a tiny bit of it. And I also have my Panda palette, which also has another dark brown shade in there. But I'm keeping it, that even though I have like a redundant shade in my challenges, because the brown in here just matches the tones that I currently have. And then the last quintet that I have is from my Prism palette from Anastasia, and this is in the shade Dimension. So Dimension is this a bit cool toned grayish blue shade with a hint of purple and pink shimmers. So normally, I didn't know how to incorporate it since my quintet was a bit warm. But I've been using this as an inner, not necessarily an inner corner highlight, but it's more, but I apply it more on the inner side of my eyes. And with the warm shade, it's just, I don't know, for some reason it just works. Just there's a hint of like bluish pinkish on my eyes. So I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's just enough of a color for my neutral makeup taste. And this one, I've used it 4 times. Just 4 times. And I just use this as a liner, as I mentioned, or here on my inner eyelid. So this is what it looks like. I've been using a pencil liner, so the progress is a bit focused, but yeah, I'm keeping this because I haven't hit side pan yet. So this is dimension. So you can see out of all of this warmish brownish tones, I have this pop of color. So since I use up my Get Cracking, I have to roll in one other shade from my selections. So let's do just that. Next shade that will complete my quintet for March is 24. And 24 is again from my I Think I Love You palette, and this is in the shade My Type. Okay, so it's another shimmer. It's this one. This is probably my favorite from the palette because it's just this champagne color. So I have a lot of shimmers for this round, and I don't really wear shimmers, especially with summer, oily skin, sweat. I don't really wear one, but yeah, it's going to be a challenge. It's okay. There's no rush. So it is this one. So you can see how reflective that is. It's just very beautiful. It's in between pink in between pink and peach. So I really like it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you can see it really stands out, this one, but it matches my shirt. So yeah. Anyway, that is it for this March Pandos Eyeshadows Challenge. What do you guys think about my change in rules? So I think I prefer that because you can really see progress if I hit side pan or not, rather than just me pulling out or pulling in shadows because I've used it for 5 times already. So yeah, that's it guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you had fun. And if you're still watching this despite my very random updates, then thank you very much. But that's gonna end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!